La Familia, welcome. Let's get started. I hope y'all are in a good mood because I'm in a good mood because deer and duck season is now over, which I love that, but all the focus is now on the Super Bowl season of hunting, aka turkey season. So, in this video, we're going to be going over some turkey tips and some turkey pet peeves, turkey hunting pet peeves. So, some do's and don'ts. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 5,000. And I can't do it without you guys. So while you're hitting the subscribe button, go ahead and leave a comment down below. What is your favorite turkey tip and what is your biggest turkey hunting pet peeve? Me, I got a list of them, so let's get into it. Number one, continuing to walk when your buddy stops to listen. It limits and prohibits him from being able to hear what he's trying to hear. Maybe he sees something. If he stops and he's seeing something and you're just continuing to walk, whatever he sees, it may get spooked and run off. So maybe he sees a turkey, you spook a turkey, or it's a deer and the deer runs through the gobbling turkey and the turkey shuts up, stops gobbling. So it's happened to me plenty of times. So, or if an owl hoots, stop. If a crow crows, stop. If a trash truck bangs its doors, stop and listen, because turkeys will shot gobble to that kind of stuff. But if you're continuing to walk, you may miss a gobble and you may not be able to pinpoint where he is, or your buddy may not be able to. So that's probably number one on the list for me. So stop when the other people in your hunting party stop to listen, or they may see something. Number two, making too many moves while hunting. How many times have you heard this? Man, the turkey hasn't gobbled in 15 minutes. He's not there anymore. Golly, dude, that means absolutely nothing. What about this? He's going the other way. We need to get in front of him. That one, you just have to play by ear. Sometimes that works, but a lot of times it doesn't. So I have a couple of examples of this. When I was in college, I was hunting with two guys, and they got antsy. Like, we saw the turkeys. There was 2 strutters and 5 hens on the other ridge over. We could see them. They were 300 yards away, but we had visual on them the whole time. And they were like, man, crawl out of here on the bellies and come back about lunchtime. They'll be ready to go. And I'm like, look, if we just be patient and wait, they're gonna make their way over here. No, we gotta go. I think one of the guys had to work. Which, if you got to work, that's understandable. But from a turkey hunting standpoint, we came back. Me and my brother, we went back later that afternoon after the morning hunt. We got there about 12:30. We left about 8:30. There was fresh gobbler tracks 20 yards from the tree we were sitting in. If we'd have just been patient, the turkeys would have gotten curious, because they were still gobbling at us every once in a while, letting us know they were there. They would have gotten curious and made their way to us. That's one example. Another example, and going back to that first pet peeve, the turkey hasn't gobbled in 15 minutes. Like, just because he hasn't gobbled in 15 minutes doesn't mean he's not there. He could be with his hens, and you just gotta be patient, because a lot of times they don't move as much as you think they are. Maybe they don't gobble as much as he did on the roost, but that means he's with his hens. Let him do what he needs to do and be patient, okay? Another pet peeve of mine, stopping to listen in the wide open. If it's daylight and, man, that turkey's in the food plot, we gotta get to the food plot, and you go and you're on the edge of the food plot but on the road, and you're kind of out in the open, like, what if he is on the food plot? That turkey's gonna be right there, and come daylight, if he doesn't see you, which he probably does, then he's gonna gobble, and then you're like, oh my gosh, he's right there, I gotta get to the wood line. It's too late, and you spooked him. A lot of time, how many times have you been walking through the middle of a food plot at daylight, and the turkey spooks off the roost because you're in the middle and you ruin the hunt, right? How many times did that happen? So, especially at daybreak, get over to the wood line, don't get in the middle of the food plot, don't ruin the hunt before it even starts. A couple tips to kind of combat some of those pet peeves. If you're a new hunter, welcome to the game, but those are some things that you do not do. And if you're a more veteran hunter, maybe you're wondering why certain things don't happen the way you want it to, maybe that will help is understanding what not to do. But here are some tips, okay? Less is more. don't overcall. There's a couple of examples of this. Again, I was in college. I was hunting with a guy who didn't really hunt much, but he wanted to go, so he took me on his place, and I did most of the calling. I was in college, and I was in that phase of wanting to hear the turkey gobble. And so we got on a bird hung up at 80 yards. Never broke 60. He would come in, gobble towards us, and then ease back. And I just kept calling because he kept gobbling. But the lesson I learned there was he wanted me to come to him, because that's what the natural thing is for turkeys to do. Males strut, hens go to them. But if I'd have just shut up, he might have come in gun range and we'd have killed him. But we did not kill that turkey that morning. Another example is me and my dad are hunting together, and we're on a bird. He gobbles maybe 15 times on the roost and shuts up, and nothing happens. And we're just sitting still. We don't have anywhere else to go, and we don't have anywhere to be. So we just sit still, and I ended up taking a nap on the tree. 45 minutes goes by with us not calling and him not gobbling, and my dad goes, "There he is. Here he comes." The dude came in and got to like 30 yards. I rushed the shot. I missed the turkey. That tree that I was sitting on was cursed, because 1 year before that, my brother missed a turkey on the same exact tree. So no, the tree's not cursed, but that's just a running joke in our family that's the cursed tree. But anyways, long story short, less is more. Don't overcall. Tip number 2, sound realistic. I have killed more turkeys scratching in the leaves than I have anything else. Because especially if you're like me and you don't hunt with a decoy much, the turkey wants to see a visual, but if he didn't see anything, he's gonna do that come in, leave. And I was hunting with a buddy last year, and this happened. I would scratch the leaves and call, scratch the leaves, end up killing a turkey because it sounded realistic. Instead of just sitting there over calling and hoping he comes in and rushing a shot at like 70 yards because you think you have TSS and you're bad at the bone and you can shoot that far. That doesn't make you a good turkey hunter, 1, but 2, close the distance, get a good shot on him. You owe that bird a good shot. The last thing you want to do is wound a turkey and not be able to find him, or he ends up dying later because you think you're bad at the bone turkey hunter shooting a TSS because you can't get him into 30 yards. So scratching and sounding more realistic can actually help get him into that distance. Tip number 3, be patient. Talked about that earlier, man. Being patient, that kind of goes back with less is more and not overcalling, but don't move too much. You know, if you think the turkey's leaving you and he's going the other way and oh man, I got to get up and get in front of him, like that pet peeve that I mentioned earlier, sometimes that you have to, like sometimes it pays off. If you're a more experienced turkey hunter, then you know when to do that, when not to do that, but just be patient. It's okay to sit in one spot for hours. So don't be afraid to do that if needed. You just kind of have to play it by ear, but more times than not, the turkey either will come back or he's not as far as you think he may be. Man, ease through the woods when turkeys aren't gobbling, especially in the morning, but just ease through the woods, because even if there's a turkey 500 yards away and you're trying to get to him because he's the only one gobbling, like there may be turkeys in between you and him. Mid-morning, ease a little bit through the woods, stop and call, see if you can strike something up close by. But more times than not, if you're in a high populated area of turkeys, there's turkeys between you and that turkey gobbling 500 yards away. So just don't run a gun and sound like a herd of cattle going through the woods. Last one, if you hear something, get your gun up. There's 2 examples of this with me having my gun in my lap because nothing's gobbling, hadn't heard anything in a while. One of those examples, hadn't heard anything all morning, but I heard coming straight to me. I'm like, what is that? And I turned, long beard at 20 yards. Golly, didn't kill him because my gun, I didn't want to spook him, didn't want to educate him because I had been calling every now and again, so I know he had heard me, but didn't make a sound, just came in silent. And I heard him walking, had I got my gun up, then I could have killed him. Same thing with the other example, just didn't have my gun up, heard something coming straight to me, and just wasn't able to pull the trigger and make it happen. So if you hear something, get your gun up. If you're on public land, that could be a little bit different because it might be somebody, so you want to be safe. But just because you do hear something on public land doesn't mean that you have to have your gun pointed in that direction, but you can still have your gun up and be ready to turn if it is a turkey. So I just want to caution public land hunters to not do anything dangerous. But if you're on private land, which I was on both of those examples, where nobody else is hunting, it makes it a lot easier. So just be ready, get your gun up if you hear something, and it be a coyote or a pig. Those are some turkey tips and pet peeves, some do's and don'ts of turkey season. Man, I am excited. I don't know how many of you went to the NWTF this weekend. If you did, leave a comment down below and just tell me what your favorite booth was. But man, good luck this turkey season, and I look forward to getting you some videos out in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned. Turn on your post notice, hit the subscribe button, and again, leave a comment about your favorite tip and pet peeve that you have, and we'll see y'all in the next one.